Okay, remember we're discussing the 11th Filipino Franchise Show. Ang tema ay Galing ng Pinoy, and the Pinoy brands are really going global. This show is October 12 to 14 at the World Trade Center sa Buendia, Pasay City. So visit it, you may get a lot of ideas about your future business. Let me just read some of the officers here. Si Armando Bartolome, the guy who helped Mang Inasal become what it is today. He's a franchise developer. Richard Cuna of your Gelato, chairman of the board. Gilbert Jim, Boba Telicios, corporate secretary. Estrelita Montanido, Chicharific, Chicharon naman ito, treasurer. Teresita Ngan Tian, Latsa Pizza, auditor. Paulo Tibig, cargo naman ito.
Yes.
How do you franchise the cargo?
It's
How
a
does it?
support service, sir.
What does that mean? Cargo, yung...
Like for us, we have operations in Mindanao, sir.
Okay.
Yung logistica support,
Siya ang
nag-ship.
nag-ship
Yes,
and
sir.
so on. Okay.
So, hindi lang po
But
lahat
how do you
franchisers.
franchise that? He's servicing.
He's servicing
He's
the
servicing.
franchisor, sir.
Okay. And then Josie C. ng Peanut World, Director for Membership. We'll discuss how to become a member. No? There may be other startup franchisors who may be interested, because this membership with AFI would help promote their brand too, di ba? Tulad dito mga shows and so on. Andrew Tan, Aquabest, Public Relations and Marketing. Andrew should be here since he's public relations.
Yes.
Erlinda Bartolome, this is the wife of
Mr. Butch.
Armando, no?
Yes, sir.
And Director for International Trade Affairs. Camela C. Sin, Play to Raps, Director for Luzon. Voltaire Magpayo, you are Director for Mindanao.
Yes, sir.
And Mr. Vic Fernando, Director for Government Affairs. I would have been interested to talk to Mr. Fernando, but I'll just ask you later on some questions relating to government affairs. But I asked you before we got back on air about whether the market is getting crowded for franchisors and franchisees already. And your answer was?
Well, sir, if we're going to look at the market, because most of the time, medyo we're limited here in Luzon or in Metro Manila. But if we go out of Manila, like for example, in Cebu, in Davao, Cagayan de Oro, Bacolod, lahat po yan progressive na ngayon, sir. And everybody's, like, in consumption, they're really consuming every day, shopping every day.
Okay.
That is why if you will take a look at SM, although okay lang ba SM, they have like...
Yes, yes.
Kung sa Luzon, walang mall of Northern Luzon. In Mindanao, there is a mall, SM Mall of Mindanao. In Cebu, there is...
Saan base yan yung...
Davao, sir.
Davao.
In Cebu, there is a Mall of Visayas.
Yeah.
So, dun nagiging way of life na rin ng malling. So,
since we mentioned SM, we can mention Robinson.
Robinsons,
Pure Gold. How's Pure
Ayala.
Gold doing?
Pure Gold, parang they're just starting with their expansion in Visayas and Mindanao. They will have ones soon to rise in Davao, Pure Gold.
Okay, and well, in terms of competitiveness or overcrowded markets, I think it is also dependent on what market we're talking about. Food, marami ng franchisors and franchisors dyan, or franchisees. But you have so many others, like your field, corn,
Yes,
and the non-food. The non-food and the new ones are in services, ano?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Spa.
Mga spa and so on. Okay. So Mindanao, you see, is a growth area
Yes,
for
sir.
franchisees, for franchising. What about the Visayas?
It's, well, basically, sir, they have the same, like, culture. So, more or less, parehas silang spending habits. So, although from my perspective, sir, mas matipid ang mga
Visayas
taga-Visayas.
and Mindanao, they're known, especially Cebuano, are very kuripot daw.
Yes, sir.
So kailangan mahusay ka at yung presyo talagang matatapatan yung
Correct, sir.
purchasing.
And they love their own brand. Although Julie's
yes.
Bake Shop is a member
It's
of
a member.
AFI.
Julie is one of the largest. How many hundreds yan? 500, 600?
Ganyan siguro, sir, 500.
Yung bake shop, no? Bakery products. So, Julie's. Okay, and okay, let me ask about a few other things that are very close to my heart, mga issues. Electricity. I was telling you that that's one of my crusades. I know you are in the malls and you have also your independent outlets which might require for many of your members electricity. Isn't this one of your problems?
One of
The
the
high
problems,
cost, no?
yes,
The high
sir,
cost of electricity.
because it's different from yung commercial consumption as against to household consumption. Iba yung rate nila for commercial. So it's really something that you have to incorporate in your
Costings.
costing.
But in terms of the malls, do you pay directly to the distribution utility or no? You pay to the mall owner.
That is correct, sir.
May patong pang mall owner sa inyo?
That I am not privy to, sir.
Because that should be studied, di ba?
Yes, sir.
Are mall owners entitled to earn from pass-on services from
Well,
utilities and so on?
supposedly, sir, they're into real estate like business or lease.
Oo nga, oo.
So, siguro yung mga incidental na ganun should not, they should not
Because you don't have your own meter.
We have our own meter,
in
sir.
the outlets.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
We have, sir.
So those are questions I have. Water utilities, water bills. You have your own meter?
For us, food carts, sir, wala naman.
Wala yan, no?
But for like yung mga counter type,
yung kiosk and counter and so on, would they have their own meter? You're not familiar with that?
I'm not familiar, sir.
You're not familiar with that. What are the public issues that affect the franchising industry? Well, about electricity, the spas would be directly affected, no?
Yes, sir.
What other services that would be affected
By
by electricity cost and water cost? The spas, no?
Spa, the gasoline stations,
Gasoline
sir.
stations. Of course, the water, drinking water business, no, would be affected and so on. So, but I presume AFI does not get involved in public policy. You probably...
As much as possible, sir, we stay apolitical.
Being apolitical is not the same as being partisan. Or non-partisan. I don't think any citizen can be apolitical.
Yes, sir.
Because you're involved.
Yes,
When
sir.
maybe you keep your problems to yourself about many of the public
Yes, sir.
issues, but you're still affected.
Yes, sir, that is correct.
And I think it is important that every sector become political. It is their right to be political. That's why we have elections. That's why we have.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's why we have public debates and discussions on these issues. And I would encourage the entrepreneurs, especially the small and medium-scale entrepreneurs, to be more vocal about their problems relative to public policy.
Yes, sir.
Because the big boys, the Meralcos, the Manila Waters, company corporations like that, the toll operators where your vehicles would have to pass through to transport to the provinces your goods and services.
Yes.
They have no problem. They have so much money, power. They
Yes.
control the politicians. But I'm aware, since I'm married to one, many of the franchisors have a lot of problems with the big guys, and the mall owners too. There are a lot. How do you still make money if you're giving already 20 or 25% of your
gross,
sales,
of your gross sales.
And then this system where it's 20 or 25% of gross or rental,
whichever is higher.
Whichever is higher. There are more seasons where your sales are flat or below break-even because rainy season, school opening, all the money goes to tuition, so medyo gutom ang mga
Correct, sir.
tindahan. Ano pang mga lean seasons? Rainy season?
Rainy season, sir.
Rainy season talaga.
Tuition fee, ganyan.
Tuition fee.
After December, yung gano'n, mga January,
yung
February.
February, wala nang pera.
Walang pera.
Ang peak lang is really December.
Correct, sir. November, December.
November, December, where your sales may be 3, 4, 5 times more than the normal.
Yes, sir. Yes.
So, sa buong taon, maraming buwan, break-even, may buwan na lugi, pambawi lang Disyembre.
Oh, sir.
November, Disyembre, kukunan ka ng 25%, hindi rin.
Yes, sir.
Pero, Pero during the rest of the year, kahit lugi ka, yung rent niya,
You have to pay.
the same.
Oo, sir.
Dehado ang
Yes, sir.
ang lessor of the or lessees of the stalls, kiosks, and the carts and so on
Yes, sir.
inside these malls. No?
Yes, sir.
What's
Kaya,
your
kaya
reaction?
sa amin, sir, we're just, pushing our products talaga na lang real hard. I mean, we're trying to open as many outlets as we can.
Yes.
So, more or less, mako-cover na yung mga ganong sitwasyon.
Mhm.
But really, sir, that is really a big problem of, like me, SME, no?
Yeah, so
Pero it's something beyond our control, sir. That is
that's
why...
that's the attitude I'm trying to change.
Yes,
You
sir.
have a right to act on such problems because the small and medium scale are the real drivers of the economy, the biggest employer in the economy.
That is correct, sir.
When the small and medium scale enterprises are healthy, money spreads around
Yes, sir.
because you employ a lot.
Mm.
And sales generated create more jobs.
Yes, sir.
So that's why I think AFI should be discussing more involvement in the politics of this nation.
Yes, sir.
Because you have to help us, public advocates, in electricity and so on.
Yes, sir.
But you won't be alone on the problem of the highest price of electricity, highest priced electricity in Asia, which afflicts the Philippines.
Yes, sir.
The Philippine Chamber of Commerce and Industry has spoken and say this has to change. Ano? The kaisa o pinagkaisa o di nagkaisa labor groups na pagsasama ng maraming mga labor groups have made a public statement on that. Ano? And maybe AFI or affiliated or related organizations can also lend its voice there.
Yes, sir.
I know you are most terrorized by mall owners, so you would not speak about the unfair arrangements there. So I'm speaking in your behalf.
Yes, sir.
Because that percentage of gross or fixed rent, whichever is higher, is an unjust and anti-small business arrangement. Something should be done about it. You just keep smiling.
Yes,
I'll speak for you. So what are the other problems that you can speak on?
Well, sir, yun nga, as far as the government is concerned, more or less, for example, your outlets is in Pasay, they have a different way of processing your mayor's permit. When you're in Quezon City, iba naman. So, siguro it would be better if they can make a uniform processing of everything para...
Okay.
Although, so far, if you're a member of AFI, more or less, it's easier. Pero yung iba ho na non-member, which has no leverage, yun ang mahirap sa kanila.
So yan isang maitutulong nyo sa mga members.
Aha.
By the way, how does one become a member? Can I start one name, formulate one name, start one store, and then be a member already?
We have requirements on, like for one, it has to be at least 2 years in operation. Dapat po meron ng at least 3 outlets.
Okay.
So at least yung the usual na ho, yung clearances from NBI and everything. Yun lang naman ang basic. Plus, that would be deliberated upon by their application. I mean, the prospective applicant will be deliberated by the board.
Okay.
So dapat merong potential na maging successful brand.
Ito pa, I'm looking at the problems with the mall owners.
Uh-huh.
Ilang buwan ang deposit niyo sa rent?
Normally, sir, 3 months security deposit tapos 1 month advance rent. So
Okay.
4 months.
Tapos, is this refundable?
At the end of the term, sir, pagka natapos yung term mo, then you can refund the...
Is that considered, can that be used as a collateral?
Collateral.
Or whatever the franchising company might want? Kasi that's, nakadeposit siya.
Oo, sir. Pero, well, it's an asset, but yun nga.
Because I bring this up because of a particular case where particularly SM, which owns BDO. They have the deposits, yet you cannot even borrow money from BDO based on that. Is that deposit theirs already that it cannot be used as a collateral?
You
It's a deposit. It's
Yes,
not yet
yes.
the property of the one you.
That is correct, sir.
Oh.
But Well, I haven't encountered
I
that.
know, I know. I probably am the first one bringing this problem up.
Yes, sir. Yeah, sir.
And common sense to me says that it's not the lessor's property yet.
Yes, that is correct, sir.
It is just entrusted to them for security. So maraming questions yan. Kasi it's practically 4 months of the lessee's money with the lessor of the real estate.
Real estate.
And that adds to the burden of capitalizing each outlet, each business.
Really, sir, you have to raise really capital.
Another problem is the renovations that are required. I don't know, sa cart, it's
lang
a
kami, sir.
problem, no? But for the kiosk and the outlets, every 2-3 years, they require full renovation.
Facelift.
And the profits of all those years are literally used up for that renovation because they specify kung ano material,
Yes, sir.
na napakamahal. Wala rin matitira. In the end, you give up and you stop the business, and therefore that is not good for business in general.
That is correct,
I'm
sir.
just bringing this up in case you can react to it.
Well, actually, for me, sir, as an SME, no, well, we don't have leverage yet to,
Yeah.
On the other side,
Parang
sir.
sobra namang tinatanggap mo yung pagkakawawa ninyo in the face
That is why, sir, I
that
joined.
is a reality.
Yeah, that's the
That's
reality,
a
sir.
reality.
As businessman,
Yeah.
you also know your strengths and weaknesses, opportunities and threats.
You think AFI helps you at least to some extent?
For advocacy, sir, yes. Because,
okay.
Alone you're weak, but if you together you're
Yes.
strong.
Don't you want a stronger representation in policy making of government relative to your industry and the SMEs?
Perhaps, sir, if the government will give us the opportunity, since we are the drivers of the economy, so not the multinationals.
Do you think the government would just willingly go to you and say, "Hey, we're going to be very nice to you"? I don't think the government is in the habit
Yes,
of
sir.
being nice to the citizens.
Yes,
The
sir.
citizens have to demonstrate out in the streets and
That
so
is
on.
correct, sir. But, well, the mentality of a businessman, sir, that
Yeah.
things that you can do by yourself, don't trust. I mean, don't trust. Don't.
Expect.
Don't expect or anything that is beyond your control.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's why we advocates are here
Yes, sir.
to give voice to the voiceless.
Yeah.
And apparently, although you're such a significant part of the economy, you feel voiceless.
Well, yes, sir. Although I think there are already representations in the
Like,
government.
who are the champions for your sector? Who have what names in the Senate and in the Congress have come to your defense or helps you solve problems?
There is a law that was passed before, sir, that is Barangay Micro Enterprise.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, I understand.
So for us, micro, we are not required to pay minimum wage.
That's right, I
So
understand.
I think that is one
Okay.
benefit that we receive from the government.
We should praise the one who introduced that law. Sino yan? Would you know?
I'm not.
So you have to find out. You have to give credit to those who are helpful.
Yes,
No?
sir.
Kasi, okay, and so let's now focus on the franchise show. How many are participating? What are people going to expect to see in this show?
Well, they will see the best of the Filipinos, no? Na hindi lang tayo nga, katulad na sinabi ko po, hindi lang tayo exporter ng manpower. Makikita nyo doon na tayo rin nag-export na rin ng mga brand names, no? So makikita nila doon yung the best, galing ng Pinoy, no? Nandyan po halimbawa yung show ng Itbulaga na for 32 years in operation na nag-export na sila sa Indonesia.
Named Itbulaga.
May nag-franchise.
So in
sila.
Indonesia, it's also Itbulaga.
Yun po,
Paano kaya? May yung Bulaga ba? Same sa Indonesian, sa Bahasa, Indonesia?
Hindi ko rin alam, pero yun ang ginagamit din.
Okay.
Yung potato corner na ang
yes,
perception nila dati, you're selling ice to the Eskimos dahil ang Amerika major producer of potatoes.
Yes.
So sabi niya, paano yun? Yes, we're selling ice but flavored. So, yan yung galing ng Pinoy na makikita nila sa World Trade Center. Actually,
How many exhibitors?
we have about 300 exhibitors.
300. That's really huge, huh?
Uh,
That's really huge.
and we expect like 30,000 visitors.
For the entire event?
Opo, for the entire
Okay,
event.
okay. And may entrance fee ba?
Meron po 100 for the maintenance lang ho yan para sa maintenance of the
No.
center.
Entrance fee for the exhibitor.
100 po for the
No,
for the visitors.
100 pesos per head.
Oho.
Okay. Oo.
Dahil for the upkeep din po.
Sana libre.
Ang libre lang po pag pinakita nila yung government ID nila pag kasi may tie-up kami sa GSIS.
Okay.
So yung mga retirees nila, they can come.
Paano kung ako sasama ko ang mga apo ko, yung mga bata, mga maliliit? Libre ba yun?
Hindi po yata pwede
Hindi ba
yung mga
pwede?
bata. 12 years old below.
Estudyante, may discount ba? Senior citizens, may discount ba?
Yan po, meron po discount sa mga.
May discount. So magkano yun? 20% discount?
20% po, bali 80
So let's
na.
make sure the public understands. So that, who are you in particular interested to attend your show? Would-be entrepreneurs,
Lahat po, practically, lahat po ng maging, sabi nga nila, yung to make your money work for you. Lahat ng may pera natatago at medyo takot po magnegosyo dahil alam nyo naman, I mean, nobody started,
Yes.
yung wala akong negosyante hindi nalugi. Pero in franchising, at least it ensures success. So yan po yung mga nais namin imbitahan. Gusto rin po namin imbitahan yung mga micro-enterprises na kung gusto nyo lumaki, to expand and grow further, pwede nyo gamitin ng franchising as a business model. Meron kami mga developers din doon sa show.
Okay, so that's it. We're almost out of time and I think we've covered a lot. Anything I missed that you want to express to the audience?
Wala naman po. Yun lang po ang sana lang let us copy the economic miracle na nangyayari sa Hong Kong. Siguro if we can duplicate that, wala na maghihirap na Pilipino. Lahat negosyante na.
Why particularly Hong Kong? Also small and medium
Yes,
scale ba?
yes sir. More than thousands SMEs. Di hubayan ang nag-fuel sa economy nila.
Okay. Well, we have run out of time and it's been interesting. So visit the 11th Filipino Franchise Show at the World Trade Center, Buendia, Pasay City. You'll learn a lot there. Mabuhay ang Filipino entrepreneurs at mabuhay ang bayan. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Salamat.
Di lang makasagot, sir, yung mga malls. Baka
Di ba, kaya